So when we use the word fractal, it's almost when a light is shined in one end and it splits into multiple areas. If we use the word human and then the descriptors that you've utilized, you're saying yes, and then those show up in all other parts of the system, of the business, of the system. Is that right?
Yeah, I like. Yeah, I like the picture. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just keeping up with the main party here, Paul. So I'm aligning my language to yours as well, and just making sure that I'm following along. So yeah, that's really interesting. There's then something for me around, I talk about doing and being. It's an easy concept. There's what we're doing as individuals, what we're doing as a team, what we're doing as an organization, and then there's who we're being as an individual, who we're being as a team, who we're being as an organization. So I always think, be like Frank, and I always think about, Frank saying doobie doobie doo, right? It's that, who we're doing, what we're being. It's a little life hack thingy, but I think that's quite key. Now, easy to say. So living organization. What's the reality of, I'm a senior team and I work with senior teams. And which I do, but I'm trying to come from a place of kind of naivety, so I don't not ask questions to help people understand. If I then go, this idea of a living organization, and somebody went, what do you mean we've got human beings in the organization? Yeah, I get that, guy. Tell me something I don't know. It's an easy thing to say. It's consultancy speak, so you can charge us more. You go, well, hold on a minute. Yeah. You might be right. We'll find out in a minute. But the point is, if that topic is brought up, if that topic is verbalized, what's it bringing to the party that even before we get into some depth, if we start to say a living organization, what's the challenge in even starting to think like that? If I was an HR director, if I was somebody whoever that might be, it doesn't matter, CEO, and I'm looking at it and going, this idea of a living organization, why would I start to think about it?
Well, let me give you a real example, because I mean the challenge is, what practical value is it? If it's, is it just an idea? So I'll take as an example an engineering organisation, a couple of thousand people, quite a new leadership, and they've got a really important mission. They're kind of in safety critical industry, and they really need to they need to do some important stuff together about the future of this industry, research and development, and supplying that insight to others across quite a major industry in the UK. And on that leadership team, there were 8 of us, me and my boss, went to see them, and what was quite clear is they had the classic elements of of slightly dysfunctional leadership, really. I would say, and a lot of leadership teams are like that, not because they were very able people, but they were really what I would call a team of managers rather than an enterprise leadership team. So a team of managers, they each had it. I'm the ops manager, I'm the ops director, I'm the R&D director, I'm the production director, I'm the this director, that director, and though some of them had been there a while and some not, they really knew very little about each other. All good engineers, essentially, and some with a long track record of management. Actually, getting them to a point, the fundamental point of leadership, of kind of a shared purpose, a shared leadership, which is we need to be this centre of research for this safety critical engineering. We need to supply that expertise all across the UK industry and beyond. And we have a shared mission around that. Them getting hold of that meant that they could have leadership teams where they stopped talking just about a report on their own local area. Production's down 5% this month, or we produced one more research paper or whatever. And And they bought into, actually, we need to help revolutionize the way this industry works. New kind of, they were in the power industry, and we need new kinds of power production plants. And we need to define those. We are, and getting that sense of shared mission, first of all, made them much more productive. That's the first thing that it did. And I talk about in the book, some of the other pieces that are essential to that, which are about this fractal nature. It's like, so there needs to be trust. So in a human, we talk about having self-confidence, but we need confidence in one another and releasing that trust in one another. So they needed to get to know each other at a very simple level. They needed to know, what was everything from what's their favorite book to what motivated them, so that they could work better together. So they could buy into that shared purpose, shared goals, trust one another to work together, and use. And I talk about diversity integration. I mean it in the powerful sense, which I think people should use more in D&I, of pulling on each other's strengths. We're diverse, and that's great. And then find a shared way of working, which is we're all different, but we have to find a way to galvanize that energy. And we also have to believe, the final thing I talk about is that growth mindset. Obviously, the Carol Dweck was the famous person writing about it, but it is a mentality that believes there's more in the sum of the parts, and we can build something together. So I think it's got real tangible value, and it certainly did to them, because they were a pretty diverse group of people, and there'd been failure before, and there was strength afterwards.
That's it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe so you don't miss out. Please tell other people, help spread the word. Interested in working with me? Go to livingbrave.com, hop onto LinkedIn, Guy Bloom, and of course, even buy the book, Living Brave Leadership, at amazon.com. Take care.